It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. However little known the views or feelings of such a man may be on his first entering a neighborhood, this truth is so well fixed in the minds of the surrounding families that he is often considered as the rightful property of some one or other of their daughters.
My dear Mr. Bennet, did you hear that Netherfield Park is let at last? Mrs. Long has just been here and she told me all about it. Do not you want to know who has taken it?
You want to tell me, and I have no objections to hearing it.
Mrs. Long says that Netherfield is taken by a young man of large fortune from the north of England. His name is Bingley, and he is single! What a fine thing for our girls!
How so? How can it affect them?
How can you be so tiresome? You must know that I'm thinking of his marrying one of them. Therefore, you must visit him as soon as possible.
It's more than I engage for, I assure you.
You have no compassion on my poor nerves.
You mistake me, my dear. I have a high respect for your nerves. I treat them as my old friends. I've been listening to you mention them with consideration these 20 years at least.
Mrs. Long has promised to introduce him to us, but I do not believe she'll do any such thing. She is a selfish, hypocritical woman, and I have no opinion of her. I am starting to get sick of Mr. Bingley, and we haven't even met him yet.
I'm so sorry to hear that. I already visited him this morning. I'm afraid we cannot escape the acquaintance now. If you'll excuse me.
Well, how pleased I am. Girls, you have a wonderful father!
And it was soon at the Meryton assembly that the rest of the Bennet family got to meet said Mr. Bingley. He was good-looking and gentlemanlike. He had a pleasant countenance and easy, unaffected manners. And his sister, Caroline Bingley, was a fine woman with an air of decided fashion. But it was his friend, Mr. Darcy, who soon drew the attention of the room.
Come hear what I've heard. Mr. Darcy makes a fortune of 10,000 a year. Certainly an eligible bachelor.
Darcy, come with me. You had much of a dance.
I certainly shall not. You know how I detest it once I'm particularly acquainted with my partner. Besides, you're dancing with the only handsome girl in the room.
Miss Jane Bennet? Yes, I found her the most beautiful creature I've ever beheld. But there is one of her sisters that is very pretty and, I dare say, very agreeable.
She is tolerable, but not handsome enough to tempt me.
Mr. Bingley is just what a young man ought to be. I was very much flattered by his asking me to dance. I did not expect such a compliment.
There is one great difference between us, Jane. Compliments always take you by surprise and me never.
Let us not so easily disregard what Mr. Darcy has said about you. To call you only just tolerable. He's not so well worth listening to as his friend, is he, Jane? But I dare say there is an excuse for his pride, considering his fortune.
I could easily forgive his pride, had he not mortified mine.
Bingley likes her sister very much, but he may never do more than like her if she does not help him on.
But she does help him on, as much as her nature will allow. If I can perceive her regard for him, he must be a simpleton should he not discover it too.
Jane should make the most of every half hour in which she can command his attention. After she secures him, there will be leisure enough to fall in love. Happiness in marriage is entirely a matter of chance, after all.
You make me laugh, Charlotte, but it is not sound. You would never act in this way yourself.
Miss Elizabeth, are you not dancing? That simply cannot be. Come with me. Mr. Darcy, will you let me introduce to you this young lady as a very desirable partner? As a gentleman when so much beauty is before you, you simply cannot refuse to dance.
Yes, I have no doubt Mr. Darcy is all politeness, even if his potential dance partner is only just tolerable.
Excuse me.
I am quite of your opinion. I have never been more annoyed. The insipidity, the nothingness, and yet the self-importance of all these people. Terrible company.
You cannot be more wrong, I assure you.
While Jane remained on her pursuit, the rest of the Bennet family had soon moved on to a newer obsession. This time, the militia.
Mama, the regiment is in town. So many of us
can collect by a manner of talking. You must be two of the silliest girls in the country.
My dear Mr. Bennet, you must not expect such girls to have such sense. I remember the time when I liked the red coat myself. And I still do with my heart.
I have a letter for Miss Elizabeth Bennet.
It is from Jane. My dearest Lizzie, as I was dining with Caroline Bingley, I found myself very unwell. My kind friends will not hear of my returning home until I am better. Do not be alarmed. Apart from a sore throat and a headache, there is not much the matter with me. Yours, Jane.
Well, my dear, should your daughter die, it would be a comfort to know it was all in the pursuit of Mr. Bingley.
One does not die of a headache.
I must go see her at once, Papa.
Is that necessary, my dear? I'm sure she will be provided for until she gets better.
I insist upon it, Papa.
It seems our daughters treat each other with genuine care. Be grateful and do not scheme against each other's happiness like some women do.
Good Lord, Miss Bennet, have you walked here?
Yes, she did! Through the true rain of the English countryside.
I am sorry to intrude upon you. I could not leave my sister in a bad state. How is she feeling?
She's resting upstairs. Our servant will show you the way.
Goodness, did you see her? She must have been at least 6 inches in the mud. How inappropriate.
I think her concern for her sister does her credit.
We seem to be quite liked by the Bennet family. I just met Miss Elizabeth in the hallway and I offered for her to stay. Until her sister feels better.
She has nothing, in short, to recommend her but being an excellent walker. It seems to me to show an abominable sort of conceited independence. I'm afraid, Mr. Darcy, that this little adventure has rather negatively affected your admiration of her.
Not at all. I would say her appearance was brightened by the exercise.
Mr. Bingley, I must thank you again for letting me stay with my sister.
No need to thank me. It is our pleasure to have you here as a guest.
Darcy, pray tell your sister that I long to see her.
I have already told her so once, by your desire.
I have never met with anybody who delighted me as much as your sister. She is so well accomplished for her age.
It is amazing to me how young women have so much patience to be so very accomplished. They all paint sables and net purses. I scarcely know any young woman who cannot do this.
On the contrary, I cannot boast of knowing more than half a dozen in the whole range of my acquaintance who are truly accomplished.
Of course, an accomplished woman must have a thorough knowledge of art and dancing, and she must possess a certain something in her air and manner of walking.
And to all, she must yet add something more substantial by extensive reading.
I no longer wonder at your knowing only 6 accomplished women. I rather wonder now at your knowing any.
Are you so severe upon your own sex as to deny the possibility of all this?
I never saw such a woman. I never saw such elegance and capacity and taste as you describe united.
Eliza Bennet seems to be one of those young ladies who seek to recommend themselves to the other sex by undervaluing their own.
Undoubtedly, there is meanness in all the arts, which ladies sometimes condescend to employ for captivation.
Soon Jane felt well enough for the Bennet sisters to come back home. However, back at Longbourn, the Bennets had yet another thing to think about. A certain Mr. Collins, the cousin of Mr. Bennet, and the man who was to inherit all of the family fortune upon Mr. Bennet's passing, was to come to dinner. which was something that Mr. and Mrs. Bennet weren't happy about. Nevertheless, Mr. Collins was welcomed with utmost respect, which he repaid in his plentiful compliments to Mrs. Bennet and her family and her daughters.
You are very kind, sir, I am sure, and I wish with all my heart it may prove so, or else they will be destitute enough. Things are settled so oddly.
You allude, perhaps, to the entail of this estate. I am very sensible, madame, of the hardship to my fair cousin, and could speak more on this point, perhaps, when we are better acquainted.
Mr. Collins, you seem to be very fortunate in your patroness.
Indeed, I consider myself most fortunate. Lady Catherine de Bourgh has been all that is gracious and condescending in her affections. She has approved both sermons I had had the honor of preaching before her. She has even asked me to dine at the Rosings.
How attentive. It is a pity that great ladies in general are not more like her. Has she any...
She has only one daughter, the heiress of Rosings. I told Lady Catherine that her charming daughter seemed born to be a duchess. You may imagine I am happy at every occasion to offer those little delicate compliments which are always acceptable to ladies.
May I ask whether these pleasing attentions proceed from the impulse of the moment or are they a result of previous study?
I sometimes amuse myself with arranging such elegant compliments, but I take care they all sound entirely unstudied.
Believe me, sir, no one would suspect your manners to be rehearsed.
After dinner, I thought I might read to you all. I have with me Fordyce's sermon, which speak eloquently on this point. Mrs. Bennet. As I have already expressed, I intend to marry. I have to inform you, the eldest Miss Bennet has captured my special attention.
Unfortunately, Mr. Collins, the eldest Miss Bennet is very soon to be engaged. But Miss Elizabeth, who is next to her in both age and beauty, would make anyone an excellent partner.
Miss Elizabeth?
Yes?
Indeed. Indeed. A quite agreeable alternative. My sermons!
Around that time, the younger Bennet sisters were still obsessed with the militia, and a certain Mr. Wickham was as beyond any other officer in person, countenance, air, and walk. He was the lucky man towards whom almost every female eye had turned.
Ladies, a fine afternoon for a stroll. And even finer, I imagine, in such company. I must say, Meryton is beautiful.
Mr. Bingley, Mr. Darcy! How do you like the ribbons for your ball?
It's very beautiful.
She is, isn't she? Look at her, she's blooming!
Lydia.
Have you met Mr. Wickham already?
Excuse us, ladies. Mr. Darcy is preoccupied. Enjoy your stroll.
Will you be attending Mr. Bingley's Netherfield ball next week, Mr. Wickham?
I certainly hope to, yes.
How do you know, Mr. Darcy?
I have been connected with his family in a particular manner from my infancy. Are you much acquainted with Mr. Darcy?
As much as I ever wish to be. I am just like everyone else in town, disgusted with his pride.
We cannot pretend to be sorry about the fact that we are not on friendly terms.
Is it adequate to inquire why that is?
I see no reason to make it a secret. I brought up for a church, and his father, the late Mr. Darcy, bequeathed me the next presentation of the best living in his gift. The man loved me like a son. That is why his son gave all the living to another man.
Good heavens. Though I have never liked him, I never suspected him of descending to such malicious revenge. And just because his father cared for you. Can such abominable pride as this have ever done him good?
Yes, it often led him to be liberal and generous, to give his money freely, to display his hospitality and relief to the poor. And also, he had a brotherly pride, which makes him kind and generous guardian of his sister.
What sort of a girl is Miss Darcy?
She is much as like his brother. Very, very proud. As a child, she was pleasing and extremely fond of me. But now she is nothing to me.
Lizzie? Are you coming?
Netherfield ball. Greater than any of the assemblies previously visited by the Bennet family, and one the sisters greatly anticipated. Some of them with more patience than others.
Mr. Wickham did not arrive after all. Colonel Fitzwilliam told me he had been obliged to go to town on business.
Miss Bennet, I'm pleased to see you here.
So am I, Mr. Bingley.
I do not imagine Wickham's business would have called him away just now if he had not wished to avoid a certain gentleman here.
Miss Elizabeth, may I have the next dance?
You may? Lizzie? Charlotte, did I just agree to dance with Mr. Darcy?
I dare say you will find him a rather tolerable partner. Perhaps even agreeable.
That would be the greatest misfortune of all. To find one agreeable whom one is determined to hate. Do not wish her such an evil.
You ought to say something now, Mr. Darcy. It is customary to make some kind of a remark on the size of the room or the number of couples.
Do you talk by rule then, while you are dancing?
Sometimes it would look odd to be entirely silent for half an hour together. And unfortunately, each of us is unwilling to speak unless we expect to say something that will amaze the whole room. And as such, I turn to the rules of conversation.
This is no very striking resemblance of your own character, I'm sure. How near it may be to mine, I cannot pretend to say. You must think it a faithful portrait, undoubtedly. Do you and your sisters often walk to Meryton?
Oh yes, when you met us there the other day, we had just been making a new acquaintance.
Mr. Wickham is blessed with such happy manners as to assure him making friends. But whether he may be equally capable of retaining them is less certain.
He was as unlucky as to lose your friendship, and in a manner which he is likely to suffer from all his life. What are we to talk of next now, Mr. Darcy? I cannot imagine.
I happen to overhear the gentleman himself mentioning his relation to Lady Catherine. Who would have thought of my meeting with her nephew in this assembly? I am most thankful that the discovery is made in time for me to pay my respects to him.
You are surely not going to introduce yourself to Mr. Darcy.
Indeed I am. It will be in my power, but to assure him that her ladyship is quite well.
The Bennets never had such a good time in their life. Although...
May I hope, madame, for your interest with your fair daughter Elizabeth when I solicited for the honour of a private audience with her in the course of this morning?
Yes, of course. I'm sure Lizzie will be very happy. Everyone upstairs.
Dear ma'am, please do not go.
Nonsense, Lizzie. You're thinking, shoo!
Believe me, Miss Elizabeth, that your modesty adds to your other perfections. You would have been less amiable in my eyes had there not been this little unwillingness. It is a right thing for every clergyman in easy circumstances to set the example of matrimony in his parish. Not to mention, it is the particular recommendation of my patroness. And the fact is, as I am to inherit this estate after the death of your honoured father, I could not satisfy myself without resolving to choose a wife from amongst his daughters. When we are married...
You are too hasty, sir. You forget that I've made no answer, and it is impossible for me to do otherwise than reject your proposals.
It is usual with young ladies to reject the addresses of a man whom they secretly mean to accept.
Upon my word, sir, I do assure you I am perfectly serious. You could not make me happy, and I'm certain I could not make you so. Nay, were your friend, Lady Catherine, to know me, I am persuaded that she would find me in every respect ill-qualified for the situation.
I cannot imagine that her ladyship would at all disapprove of you. When I have the honour of seeing her again, I shall speak in the highest regard of your modesty.
Please, Mr. Collins, you must give me leave to judge for myself. And give me the compliment of believing what I say.
I am persuaded that when sanctioned with the express authority of both your excellent parents, my proposal shall not fail of being acceptable.
Mr. Bennet, did you hear that? You must come and make Lizzie marry Mr. Collins. If you do not make haste, he will change his mind and not have her.
It seems a hopeless business.
Speak to her about it yourself. Tell her that you insist upon her marrying him.
Come here, child.
From what I understand, Mr. Collins has made you an offer of marriage. Is it so? And this offer of marriage you have refused.
Yes, I have.
Very well. Well, we now come to the point. Your mother insists upon you accepting it. Is it not so, Miss Bennet?
Yes, or I will never see her again.
An unhappy alternative is before you, Elizabeth. From this day, you must be stranger to one of your parents. If you do not marry Mr. Collins, your mother will never see you again. And if you do, I will never see you again.
What do you mean by talking this? I missed it. You promised to me to insist upon our marriage.
It seems some people establish new connections faster than others. Now a letter for Miss Jane Bennet from Miss Caroline B.
Caroline Bingley! Mr. Bingley has left for London. He won't be returning this winter.
What? I do not understand what would take him from Netherfield.
Mr. Darcy is impatient to see his sister, and to confess the truth, we are scarcely less eager to meet her again. My brother admires her greatly. He will have frequent opportunity now of seeing her on the most intimate footing. Clearly, Caroline neither expects nor wishes me to be her sister. She is perfectly convinced of her brother's intent.
Jane, it is clear that Caroline's brother is in love with you.
You can't be suggesting that she's willfully deceiving me. She's incapable of that. Bingley simply wishes to marry elsewhere. He is probably never coming back.
Oh, Jane!
Lizzie, dear Lizzie.
Oh, dear Charlotte, you won't believe it. Mr.
Lizzie, I have news to share as well. I am engaged to Mr. Collins.
Engaged to Mr. Collins? Charlotte, that is impossible.
Impossible. Lizzie, there is no earthly reason why I shouldn't be as happy with him as any other. Or do you think Mr. Collins incapable of procuring any woman's good opinion just because he was not so happy as to succeed with you?
Charlotte, do you know
Hush! Now, all of us can afford to trifle. I am not romantic, you know, I never was. And now, I'm 27 years old. I have no money and no prospects. I only wish a comfortable home and protection. Nothing more. Comfort. With him, at least pretend. To wish me a chance at happiness, dear Lizzie.
Charlotte!
Months passed by. Elizabeth finally accepted Charlotte's invitation and visited her and Mr. Collins in their home in Hunsford. Long absence had increased her desire of seeing Charlotte and weakened her disgust of Mr. Collins. This, of course, meant that she would get the honor of meeting Lady Catherine de Bourgh.
I confess, I should not have been at all surprised by her ladyship asking us to spend the night at the Rosings. But who could have foreseen such an intention as this?
Do you play and sing, Miss Bennet?
A little, Mom.
Well then, some time or the other we shall be happy to hear you. And your sisters play or sing?
No, none of them.
That is very strange. You ought to have learned. Has your governess left you?
Oh, we never had any governess.
No governess? 4 daughters brought up at home without a governess. I always say there is nothing to be done in education without constant and regular instruction. And nobody but a governess can give it. Are all your sisters out to society, Miss Bennet?
Yes, all.
All 4? At once? Very odd. And you are only the second. Your younger sisters must be very young.
Yes, Mom. My youngest sister is not 16. But really, Mom, I think it would be very hard upon the younger sisters, should they not have their own share of society and amusement, just because the elder may not have the inclination or means to marry early.
Upon my word, you give your opinion very decidedly for so a young person.
The entertainment of dining at Rosings was repeated about twice a week. Then Easter started approaching, and it was to bring a new addition to the family at Rosings. Mr. Darcy's arrival was soon known, and it was also known that he had brought with him a certain Colonel Fitzwilliam, the younger son of his uncle.
Music. There are few people in England, I suppose, who share more true enjoyment of music than myself, or better natural taste. If I had ever learned, I should have been a great proficient, and so would Anne, if only her health had allowed her to apply. Darcy, how does Georgiana get on?
She is a great proficient. She practices very constantly.
I often tell young ladies that no excellency in music is to be acquired without constant practice. I have told Miss Bennet several times that she will never play really well unless she practiced more.
Oh, and Miss Bennet has promised to play for me, isn't that right?
Oh, I do not think that a great idea.
I'm afraid we insist, Miss Bennet.
Mr. Darcy, but I will not be alarmed, though you do say your sister does play so well. There is a stubbornness about me that can never bear to be frightened at the will of others.
I have had the pleasure of your acquaintance long enough to know that you find great enjoyment in occasionally professing opinions which in fact are not your own.
Miss Elizabeth, if you'll indulge me, how is my cousin, back in Hertfordshire? I should like to know how he behaves among strangers.
Oh, be prepared for something very dreadful. The first time of my ever seeing him, you must know, was at a ball. And at this ball he danced only 4 dances.
I had not, at the time, had the pleasure of knowing any lady at the assembly beyond my own party.
True. And no one can ever be introduced in a ballroom.
I should have judged better had I sought an introduction. But I do not have the talent, which some people possess, of conversing easily with those I have never seen before.
My fingers do not move over this instrument in the masterly manner I see so many women do. But then I have always supposed it to be my own fault. Because I would not take the trouble of practicing.
Miss Bennet would not play at all. Amiss if she practiced more. Though her taste is not equal to Anne's. Anne would have been a delightful performer, if only her health had allowed her to learn. Don't you think so too, Mr. Darcy?
Indeed, Lady Catherine.
Dear Jane. Letter for Jane, of course.
Miss Elizabeth.
Mr. Darcy, may I help you? You all quitted Netherfield very suddenly last November. I think I have understood that Mr. Bingley has not much of an idea of ever returning there.
I have never had him say so, but it is probable that he may spend very little of his time there in the future.
If he means to be but little at Netherfield, it would be better for the neighborhood. Should he give up the place entirely?
I should not be surprised if he were to give it up as soon as any eligible purchase offers. This seems a very comfortable house. Your friend must find it very agreeable to be settled within so easy a distance of her own family.
An easy distance, do you call it? It is nearly 50 miles, and Mr. and Mrs. Collins's income is not much which would allow for frequent visits.
Miss Elizabeth?
What can be the meaning of this? Lizzie, he must be in love with you, or he would have never called on us in this familiar way.
Charlotte, in love with me? That is absurd.
Absurd indeed. But why Mr. Darcy came so often to the parsonage from then on was more difficult to explain.
Colonel Fitzwilliam.
Miss Elizabeth.
I thought you were leaving Kent soon.
Ah, yes. If Darcy doesn't put it off again. Though I'm sure he would like to see his sister very soon.
I have heard very much about her. She is a very great favorite of Miss Bingley, whom I have heard you say that you know.
Ah, a little. Her brother is Pleasant. He's a great friend of Darcy's.
Oh yes, Mr. Darcy does take prodigious deal of care for him.
Oh, I really believe so. Something that he has told me on our journey hither has given me the reason to think Bingley very much indebted to him.
What do you mean?
Oh, I merely know that Darcy has recently congratulated himself on having saved Bingley from the most imprudent marriage. I've heard there were some obligations against the lady. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go back to Rosings.
Miss Elizabeth.
Mr. Darcy, may I help you?
Long have I struggled. It will not do. My feelings will not be repressed. You must allow me to tell you how ardently I admire and love you. I have fought against my better judgment, the expectations of my family, and the inferiority of your birth. But I'm willing to put all those things aside. Please, do me the honor of ending my agony and accepting my hand.
In such cases as this, it is, I believe, the established mode to express a sense of obligation for the sentiments avowed, no matter how unequally they may be returned. But I have never desired your good opinion, and you have certainly bestowed it most unwillingly. I am sorry to have occasioned pain to anyone.
And this is all the reply which I'm to have the honor of expecting. I might perhaps wish to be informed why with so little endeavor at civility am I thus rejected.
And I might as well inquire, why, with so evident a design of offending and insulting me, you choose to tell me that you like me against your will, against your reason, and even against your character? And had not my own feelings decided against you, do you think that any consideration would tempt me to accept the man who has been the means of ruining, perhaps forever, the happiness of a most beloved sister? I have every reason in the world to think ill of you.
I have no wish of denying that I did everything in my power to separate my friend from your sister, or that I rejoice in my success. Towards him, I have been kinder than towards myself.
But it is not merely this affair on which my dislike is founded. Your character was unfolded many months ago in the recital from Mr. Wickham. In what imaginary act of friendship can you here defend yourself? Mr. Wickham's misfortunes...
His misfortunes? Oh yes, his misfortunes have been great indeed.
You have reduced him to his present state of poverty. You have deprived the best years of his life of that independence.
Thank you for explaining your opinion of me so fully. But perhaps these offenses might have been overlooked, had not your pride been hurt by my honest confession of the scruples that had long prevented me from forming any serious design. Could you expect me to congratulate myself on the hope of relations, whose condition in life is so decidedly beneath my own, if your pride had not been hurt by my honesty?
You are mistaken, Mr. Darcy. You cannot have made me the offer of your hand in any possible way which would have tempted me to accept it. From the first moment of my acquaintance with you, your manners impressing me with the fullest belief of your arrogance and your selfish conceit for the feelings of others have built so immovable a dislike that I was certain that you were the last man in the world who I could ever be prevailed upon to marry.
You have said quite enough, madam. I now completely comprehend your feelings, and I've only to be ashamed of what my own have been. I'm sorry for taking so much of your time, and accept my best wishes for your health and happiness.
Be not alarmed, madam, on receiving this letter. I write without intention of paining you, but to defend myself against charges you must understand. 2 offenses you laid to my charge: that I separated Mr. Bingley from your sister, and that I ruined the prospects of Mr. Wickham.
As to the first, when I came to Hertfordshire, I soon saw that Bingley preferred your sister. At the Netherfield ball, I heard a marriage was expected. I observed her manners, open and cheerful, but with no sign of particular regard. I believed her heart untouched. My objections to their marriage arose from these doubts, and from the want of propriety often betrayed by your mother, your younger sisters, and at times even your father. Painful to write, but necessary. The day after the ball, Bingley left for London, intending to return. His sister and I, sharing the same concerns, persuaded him otherwise. He trusted my judgment, and I acted for what I believed his happiness.
As to Mr. Wickham, his father was steward of the Pemberley estates, and my father's devoted friend. My father supported him at school and Cambridge, intending him for the church. Upon my father's death, Wickham declined the living, requesting instead £3,000, which he soon squandered. Years later, when the living fell vacant, he applied again. I refused.
Last summer he returned to my notice in a most painful way. He attempted to elope with my sister, then only 15, to gain her fortune. I arrived in time to stop it, and I have not seen him since. If my account seems doubtful, I refer you to Colonel Fitzwilliam, who will confirm it. You may wonder why I did not explain last night. I was not master enough of myself to do so. All I can say now is...
God bless you, Fitzwilliam Darcy.
Hey, Lizzie! Oh, how I missed you. At home. Have you had time to read any of my letters?
Yes, and I do not know when I have been more shocked. Wickham, so very bad, and poor Mr. Darcy. How unfortunate that you should have used such very strong expressions in speaking of Wickham to Darcy.
Certainly. The misfortune of speaking with bitterness is a consequence of the prejudices I had been encouraging. But I shall not expose Wickham's character to our acquaintance. The regiment is leaving soon, and Wickham will be gone with them.
I'm going to Brighton! Mrs. Foster invited me. Lizzie, Jane, I'm going to Brighton with the regiment!
Mrs. Foster should have asked me as well as Lydia. I'm older.
Lydia to Brighton. Papa, you must not let her.
Lydia will never be easy until she has exposed herself in some public place for others. You can never expect her to do so with so little expense or inconvenience to her family.
If you will not take the trouble of checking her exuberant nature, she will, at only 16, be the most determined flirt who has ever made herself and her family ridiculous. And Kitty will follow wherever Lydia leads. If only you were aware of the very great disadvantage that must arise from the public notice of Lydia's unguarded and imprudent manner. Nay, which has already arisen from it. I trust you would judge differently in the affair.
Already arisen? What? Did you frighten away some of your lovers? Wherever you and Jane are known, you will be valued and respected, and you will shine no less for it. But we shall have no peace at Brighton and Longbourn if Lisa doesn't go to Brighton.
Miss Elizabeth.
Having been in company with Mr. Wickham since her return, Elizabeth had learned to detect in his gentleness and affectation that now wearied her.
How long did you say that Mr. Darcy was at Rosings? 3 weeks, and you saw him frequently.
Yes, almost every day. And dare I say it, Mr. Darcy improves on acquaintance.
And pray may I ask if it addressed that he improves? I dare not hope that he improved in essentials.
Oh no, I believe he is very much what he ever was. I meant that by knowing him better, his disposition was better understood.
You, who so well know about my feelings towards Mr. Darcy, will readily comprehend how sincerely I must rejoice that he is wise enough to assume even the appearance of what is right. His pride in that direction may be of service. I only fear about the sort of cautiousness which you have been alluding is merely adopted on his visits to his aunt, Lady Catherine, whose good opinion and judgment is stand much in awe, as he wants to marry her daughter.
Elizabeth saw that he wanted to engage her on the old subject of his grievances, and she was in no humor to indulge him.
Oh, I am so happy our dear Lizzie is joining us on our trip to Derbyshire.
It is certainly doing her good. Lizzie!
The most welcome visitors at Longbourn that summer were Mr. and Mrs. Gardiner, Elizabeth's beloved uncle and aunt. When they offered to take her on a trip to Derbyshire, she agreed without hesitation.
This is Pemberley, dear. Mr. Wickham spent all his youth here. You are lucky to see it.
Mr. Darcy's residence. What if we happen to meet him here?
Oh, do not worry, Lizzie. Men like him are rarely ever home.
Oh, welcome, welcome. Let me show you around. Follow me, please. How was your trip?
Oh, it was wonderful.
Oh, I'm glad it was good. It is usually rainy in this time of the year. May I ask, have you ever been to this county before?
I had the pleasure of growing up in the area.
How nice is that?
What a lovely statue.
And of this place I might have been a mistress. Instead of viewing these halls as a stranger, I might have rejoiced in them as my own.
Oh, and that is Mr. Darcy. And very much like him, may I add.
It is a handsome face. But Lizzie, you can tell us whether it is like or not.
Does that young lady know Mr. Darcy? Oh, well, don't you think him a very handsome gentleman, ma'am?
Yes, very handsome indeed.
Unfortunately, he does not spend as much time here as I would wish.
If your master would marry, you might see more of him.
Well, indeed, yes. But I don't know who could be good enough for him. I have known him ever since he was 4 years old, and I've never had a crossword from him in my life. Even as a boy, he was always the sweetest tempered, the most generous-hearted person in the world. Some people call him proud, but I'm sure I never saw anything of it.
This fine account of him is not quite consistent with his behavior to our poor friend.
Perhaps we might have been deceived.
Well, I shall leave you to look around.
It really is a fine place.
Yes, it is.
Miss Elizabeth,
Mr. Darcy.
I was not aware you were in Derbyshire.
We arrived just yesterday. We did not know you were here.
I hope your family is well.
Yes, thank you. All are well?
And your journey from Longbourn was all right?
Quite, thank you.
May I be introduced to your friends?
Mr. and Mrs. Gardiner, my aunt and uncle. Mr. Darcy,
A pleasure, sir. You truly have a splendid estate.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy the river. There's good trout here. If you fish, Mr. Gardener, you are welcome to return at your leisure.
Oh, why, I'd be delighted.
We really did not mean to intrude. We wouldn't have if we knew you'd be here.
I was traveling with friends, but had some business here. They arrive in the morning. And there is one other person who more particularly wishes to be known to. May I ask, or is it too much, to introduce my dear sister to your acquaintance during your stay?
Of course.
You are staying in Lambton, I assume. May I see you back to the village?
Oh, no, that's quite all right. We will walk.
All right then. I will not intrude any longer. Enjoy your stay.
On the next day, while Elizabeth was waiting at the inn, the sound of a carriage drew her to a window.
Miss Elizabeth, may I introduce to you my sister, Miss Georgiana Darcy.
I am very pleased to make your acquaintance, Miss Darcy.
Thank you, Miss Bennet. My brother has spoken of you often.
Oh, I hope favorably, or I shall grow quite anxious.
Oh, indeed, yes. Always with the highest admiration. It would give us the greatest pleasure, Miss Bennet, if you would dine with us at Pemberley one evening.
I'd be honored.
I have longed to finally make her acquaintance, Miss Bennet.
An urgent letter from Miss Jane Bennet.
Since my writing the above, dearest Lizzie, something has occurred of a most unexpected and serious nature. What I have to say relates to poor Lydia.
Georgiana, can you wait by the carriage?
Where is my uncle? I beg your pardon, Mr. Darcy, but I must leave you. I have not an instant to lose.
Dear God, what is the matter? Is there nothing you could take to give yourself present relief? You look very ill.
Oh no, thank you. It's my youngest sister, Lydia. She has left all her friends and has eloped. She has thrown herself into the power of Mr. Wickham. They are gone off together from Brighton. You know him too well to doubt the rest. She has no money, no connections, nothing that could tempt him to... I fear she is lost forever.
And is it certain? Absolutely certain.
Oh yes. They left Brighton together on Sunday evening and were traced almost to London, but not beyond. My father has left to London and Jane has written to beg my uncle's immediate assistance. And we shall be off, but nothing can be done.
It seems you have been long desiring my absence. I will not torment you with wishes which may seem purposely to ask for your thanks. But this affair will, unfortunately, prevent my sister from seeing you at Pemberley tomorrow.
Oh yes. Be so kind as to apologize to Miss Darcy for us. Tell her that an urgent business calls us home immediately. And please, Mr. Darcy, conceal the unhappy truth as long as it is possible. Jane! Mama! Have you heard any news about Lydia yet?
Not yet.
Lizzie!
My dear sister, do not worry. Till we know for sure that they are not going to marry, do not let us give the matter over as lost. Tomorrow I will leave for London, and then we may consult as what is to be done.
Oh, my dear brother, that is exactly what I could most wish for. Find them out, wherever they may be, and make them marry immediately.
Uncle.
I am going to Gretna Green with my angel, Mr. Wigham. I should never be happy without him, so think it no harm to be off. Goodbye. I hope you will drink to our good journey.
Thoughtless Lydia! What a letter is this to be written at such a moment? Mr. Gardiner left for London, and soon the Bennets got a letter from him, in which it was also added that they might expect to see their father home on the following day.
Papa! How much sorrow you must have endured.
And it's been all my own doing, and I ought to suffer for it. Lizzie, I bear you no ill will for being justified or advised to me last May, which, considering the events, even shows some greatness of mind. I should have trusted you more.
Do not worry, Papa. I am never going to run away. If I should ever go to Brighton, I would behave better than Lydia.
No, Kitty. I have at least learned to be cautious, and you will bear the effects of it. No officer is to ever enter my house again, and balls are absolutely prohibited. Do not make yourself unhappy, child. If you are good for the next 10 years, I will take you to the review at the end of them.
Another urgent letter from Mr. Gardiner.
He found them, and they ought to be married.
I will go tell Mama. All that is required of you is to assure to your daughter by settlement her equal share of the £5,000, and moreover to enter into an engagement of allowing her during your life £100 per annum.
The terms, I suppose, must be complied with.
Complied with? I'm only ashamed of his asking so little. What I really want to know is how much money has your uncle put down to bring it about?
Money? Our uncle? What do you mean, Papa?
I mean that any proper man is a fool if he takes Lydia with far less than £10,000.
£10,000? How could our uncle spare half of that sum? I hope and trust they will yet be happy. Wickham consenting to marry Lydia is a proof that he has come to a right way of thinking. Lizzie, we must endeavor to forget all that has passed on either side.
Jane, I fear their conduct has been such which neither you, nor I, nor anyone will ever forget.
Oh, my dear Lydia, this is delightful indeed. She will be married at 16. Oh, I knew my brother would manage everything. Oh, I long to see her and to see dear Wickham too.
We are forever indebted to our uncle. We are persuaded that he has pledged himself to assist Mr. Wickham with the money.
That is all quite all right. Who else should do it but her own uncle? He barely had anything from him except a few presents. Oh, I am so happy. Soon I shall have a daughter married. Mrs. Wickham. How well it sounds.
Jane and Elizabeth felt for Lydia probably more than she felt for herself. At the wedding day, a carriage was sent for, and Lydia, with her new husband, were to return to it by dinner time.
Only to think it's been 3 months. When I went away, I'm sure I had no more idea of being married till I came back again. Though I thought it would be very good fun if I was. Husband! What do you think of my dear husband? Is not he a charming man? I'm sure my sisters must all envy me. Please sit down. Jane, I take your place now, and you must go lower, because I am a married woman. I dare say I shall get husbands for all of you before the winter is quite over.
Thank you, but I do not particularly like your way of getting husbands.
Oh, Lizzie! I never give you an account of my wedding, I believe.
I think there cannot be too little said on the subject.
You are so strange. But I must tell you how it went off. We were married at St. Clement's. Uncle was called away upon business the day before, and I was so frightened, for he was to give me away. However, I recollected afterwards that if he were prevented from going, Mr. Darcy would have done as well.
Mr. Darcy?
Oh yeah, he was to come down with Wickham. I quite forgot. I ought not to have said a thing.
Lydia, Mr. Darcy was at your wedding. Why?
I shall not speak of it anymore.
I am sorry, I do not feel quite so well. You may readily comprehend what my curiosity must be to know how a person unconnected with any of us should have been amongst you at such a time. Pray write instantly and let me understand it, unless it is to remain in the secrecy which Lydia seems to think necessary. And, my dear aunt, if you do not tell me in an honourable manner, I shall certainly be reduced to tricks to find it out.
Oh, Lizzie.
My dear niece, I had not imagined such inquiries to be necessary on your side. However, here is the entire story. It was Mr. Darcy who had found out where your sister and Mr. Wickham were. He left Derbyshire only one day after ourselves, and came to town with the resolution of hunting for them. When he discovered them, he first tried to make Lydia leave Mr. Wickham, and when that did not work, he made Mr. Wickham agree to a marriage, which turned out to have never been Wickham's intention.
One
Once everything was settled, Mr. Darcy's next step was to make the marriage happen. It was him who took care of everything and paid for everything. Will you be very angry with me, my dear Lizzie, if I took this opportunity of saying how I like Mr. Darcy? His behavior to us has been most pleasing.
I'm afraid to interrupt your solitary ramble, my dear sister.
You most certainly do, but it does not follow that the interruption must be unwelcome.
I should be sorry indeed if it were. We were always good friends, and now we are better.
Certainly.
And also, my dear sister, I find from our uncle and aunt that you have seen Pemberley. I almost envy you the pleasure.
Oh yes, the pleasure of seeing the estate you oh so valued.
And you also visited the village, Kinton.
No, I do not recollect that we did.
I mention it because this is the living I ought to have led. An excellent parsonage house. It would have suited me in every respect.
And how should you have liked making sermons?
Exceedingly well.
Bollocks.
My dear, we must get going. Oh, my dear Lydia, when shall we meet again?
Oh, I do not know. Not these 2 or 3 years, perhaps.
Write to me often.
As often as I can. But you know, married women never have much time for writing. My sisters may write to me. They will have nothing else to do. Bye!
Mrs. Phillips that Bingley is back at Netherfield. Not that I care about it, though. He is nothing to us, and I am sure I never wish to see him again.
I know I appear distressed, but I can assure you the news does not affect me with either pleasure or pain.
Mr. Bingley is on his way here!
There is a gentleman with him. Oh, it looks like that man that used to be with him before. Oh, Mr. What's his name? Oh, the tall, proud man. Oh my goodness, Mr. Darcy. I must say I hate the very sight of him.
Mr. Bingley and Mr. Darcy, ma'am.
Good afternoon. I'm very glad to see you, gentlemen. Mr. Bingley, such a pleasant surprise.
It is our pleasure. We hoped we might find you at home.
We are always at home to such welcome guests, are we not, my dear Jane?
Indeed. Mr. Bingley, Mr. Darcy.
Miss Bennet, Miss Elizabeth. I hope Mr. and Mrs. Gardiner are well.
Yes, thank you. They're quite well. I hope your sister is likewise.
She speaks of you often.
I truly wish we shall have a second chance at our meeting with her.
Mr. Bingley, I began to be afraid he would never come back again.
Yes,
a great many changes have happened since you left the neighborhood.
Yes, I've heard that
Lydia got married and settled. I suppose you heard that.
Oh, yes, congratulations.
Please do be seated.
No, thank ma'am. I think we won't stay very long.
You are quite to visit in my den, Mr. Bingley, for when you went to town last winter, you promised to have a family dinner with us as soon as you return. I have not forgotten, you see.
Yes, that is true. We will make it happen on Tuesday, I'm sure. We'll be staying for a couple more days. It was pleasant to see you all again.
We have to start planning dinner for Mr. Bingley. Come with me, Kitty.
Now that the first meeting is over, I feel perfectly easy. I am glad he dines here on Tuesday. It will then be publicly seen that we meet on both sides only as common and indifferent acquaintance.
Oh, very indifferent indeed, Jane.
My dear Lizzie, you cannot think me so weak as to be in danger now.
Oh, I think you are in a very great danger.
Of making Mr. Bingley as much in love with you as ever.
Miss Bennet? Excuse me, I hope I'm not intruding.
Not at all. I thought you left for London already.
No. I decided to stay longer. I could not leave without speaking my mind to you, which I meant to do on the previous occasion, but I could not get the courage to do so in the company of your family.
I must apologize for that. Mama has a way of keeping every conversation in her grasp.
No, do not apologize. Your mother is just a managing woman.
What was it that you meant to tell me?
And it seems your mother should not be blamed, since even now I'm still at loss for words. Miss Bennet, I feel bound to tell you that I have never forgotten you. Not in all these months, you were never out of my thoughts.
Nor were you for mine.
That I was persuaded, wrongly, that I was acting like a fool, that my pursuit would bear no fruits. I was told that you were not interested in my affections and that you were indifferent.
I could never be indifferent to you.
Then I was a fool for an entirely different reason.
So was I. I told myself I was content. That if you were happy, it would be enough for me. But all this time, I couldn't help but wonder whether I had done something wrong and why we could not be happy together.
Perhaps we still may. If you would allow me to ask you what I should have asked you a long time ago. What I longed to ask you ever since I met you, but had not gathered the courage to do so until now. Miss Bennet, would you do me the extraordinary honor of becoming my wife?
Yes, 1,000 times yes!
At last, you have made me one very happy fool. Oh! Miss Bennet, I was not. I have to go.
Oh, Lizzie! This is too much, by far too much. Oh, why is not everybody as happy?
Oh, believe me, Jane, no one deserves it more than you do.
It must have been his sister's doing that he believed I was indifferent to him. Caroline was certainly no friend to his acquaintance with me. But when she sees that her brother is happy, she will learn to be on good terms again. Though we can never be what we once were to each other.
My dear Jane, that is the most unforgiving speech I have ever heard him utter.
I must go instantly to mother, and he's probably gone to father now. Oh, how shall I ever bear this much happiness?
Perhaps, if I shall have very good luck, I may meet with another Mr. Collins in time.
Yours and Bingley's tempers are by no means unlike, Jane. You are both so easy, every servant will cheat you, and so generous, you will always exceed your income.
Exceed their income, my dear Mr. Bennet, yes, 4,000 or 5,000 a year. Oh, my dear Jane, I knew you could not be so beautiful for nothing. Now just to have Lizzie and Kitty married off.
Lady Catherine. Lady Catherine.
I hope you are well, Miss Bennet.
Yes, Mom.
Could I speak to Miss Bennet alone?
Yes, of course. Girls, come with me.
Mr. Bennet! You can be at no loss, Miss Bennet, to understand the reason of my journey hither. Your own heart, your own conscience must tell you why I come.
Indeed, you are mistaken, madam. I have not been at all able to account for the honor of seeing you here.
Miss Bennet, you ought to know that I am not to be trifled with. A report of a most alarming nature reached me 2 days ago. I was told that Miss Elizabeth Bennet would in all likelihood soon be united with my nephew, Mr. Darcy. Though I know it must be a scandalous falsehood, I instantly resolved on setting off for this place to make my sentiments known to you.
If you believe it to be impossible, I wonder why you took the trouble of coming so far. I never heard such reports, if they exist.
Do you then pretend to be ignorant of it? Has it not been industriously circulated by yourselves? Do you not know that such a report has been spread abroad? Can you likewise claim that there is no foundation for it? Miss Bennet, I insist on being satisfied. Has my nephew made you an offer of marriage?
Your ladyship has declared it to be impossible.
Miss Bennet, do you know who I am? Let me be straight. This match, to which you have a presumption to aspire, can never take place. Mr. Darcy is engaged to my daughter. From their infancy they have been intended for each other. Have you not heard me say that from his earliest hours he was destined for his cousin?
Yes, and I have heard it before. But if Mr. Darcy is neither by honor nor inclination confined to his cousin, then why may he not make another choice? And if I am that choice, then why may I not accept him?
Obstinate, headstrong girl! My daughter and my nephew are formed for each other. If you were sensible enough for your own good, you would not wish to quit the sphere in which you have been brought up. Tell me, once for all, are you engaged to him?
I'm not.
And do you promise me never to enter into such an engagement?
I will give no promise of the kind, and I certainly never shall give it. am not to be intimidated into something so wholly unreasonable. Lady Catherine, you have insulted me in every possible method. I must beg you to leave our house.
You refuse then to oblige me. You refuse to obey the claims of duty, honor, and gratitude. You are determined to ruin my nephew in the opinion of all his friends and make him the contempt of the world. Goodbye, Miss Bennet.
Lizzie, what happened? Why was Lady Catherine here?
It's Mr. Darcy.
I don't understand.
He came here to inquire about a rumored engagement between me and him.
I only wish to understand why she would take the trouble of such a long journey. I mean, the rumor is ridiculous. Lizzie, but you hate Mr. Darcy.
No, I do not. What do you mean? You know nothing of the matter, Jane. What? We have all been so wrong about him. Mr. Darcy.
Miss Elizabeth. Miss Bennet. May I speak to Miss Elizabeth alone?
I'm afraid now is not a good time.
It's all right, Jane.
Miss Elizabeth, I set off for Longbourn as soon as I heard about my aunt's plans. She must have heard such a rumor from Mr. Kunc. I must sincerely apologize.
You have nothing to apologize for.
No, I do. Her behavior was unacceptable. I brought such trouble into your life.
You do not know such a thing. In fact, I should rather be thanking you.
What do you mean, Miss Elizabeth?
If for nothing else, I have your unexampled kindness towards my poor sister to be thankful for.
I'm sorry. Exceedingly sorry that you have ever been informed.
Lydia's thoughtlessness first betrayed to me that you had been concerned in the matter. So Darcy, let me thank you again and again in the name of all my family.
If you are to thank me, let it be for yourself alone. Much as I respect your family, I believe I thought only of you. Miss Elizabeth, you are too generous to trifle with me. If your feelings are still what they were last April, please tell me so at once. My wishes and affections are unchanged. For one word from you will silence me on this subject forever.
My sentiments had undergone so material a change since then. I never thought it would be possible. When you first spoke to me, I was blind to your true worth. But everything has changed since then. I have changed. Mr. Darcy, if you still care for me, as you say you do, it would be my greatest happiness to accept your love.
I knew enough of your disposition to be certain that had you been absolutely and irrevocably decided against me, you would have acknowledged it to Lady Catherine frankly and openly.
Yes, you know enough of my disposition to believe me capable of that. And after abusing you so abominably to your face...
What did you say that I did not deserve? For though your accusations were well founded, my behavior towards you at the time had merited the severest reproof. It was unpardonable.
Believe me, I have been most heartily ashamed of my behavior towards you since. We taught each other lessons, didn't we?
Miss Elizabeth, seeing how your sentiments have changed, and mine have remained the same even among all that has happened, I must bestow upon you a most sacred question, hoping that you would reconsider your previous response as well. Miss Elizabeth, will you do me the honor of accepting my hand?
Yes, yes, I will.
Very well.
Yes, sir, thank you. Your father wants to talk to you.
Lizzie.
Papa!
My child, what are you doing? Are you out of your senses to be accepting this man? Have not you always hated him?
Have you any other objection other than your belief of my indifference?
Not at all. We all know him to be proud and unpleasant sort of man, but that would be nothing if you really liked him.
I do like him, Papa. And he is not proud. You do not know what he really is.
I had given him my consent, though he's the kind of person I would never refuse anything. Really, but let me advise you to think better of it. I know your dispositions, dear. Your lively talents would put you in the greatest danger should you end up in an unequal marriage. My child, let me not have the grief of seeing you unable to respect your partner in life. You know not what you are about.
Papa, I love him. I know you are worried about me and I'm grateful for your care. But if only you knew what all he has done.
What are you talking about?
We misjudge him. Me more than anyone. In every way, not just in this matter. I was the one who was proud. So sure, I saw him clearly and I saw nothing.
What are you trying to say, Lizzie?
He is the one who discovered Lydia in London, gave the money, paid Wickham's debts, everything.
Good heavens, Lizzie!
He is stubborn, but so am I. He challenges me and he sees me. Truly. Papa, I could not be with anyone else. I love him. I love him so much. Please.
If this be the case, if this is all true, he deserves you. I hope you know I would not have parted with you, my Lizzie, with anyone less worthy. I suppose I must let you go. But heaven knows how I shall bear it.
I know, Papa. I know. Thank you so much.
If any young man comes in looking for Kitty, send them in. I feel quite at least.